Hello there everybody, this is Alex from Hardcore Guides bringing you my guide for Metal Gear Rising Revengeance on Revengeance difficulty. Today we're doing file R-02 and it is called Research Facility. This one is probably one of the hardest files in my personal opinion, just because of the boss fight at the end of it. We have to deal with two Grads, and I will show you how to deal with those when we get to that point, but as of right now, we're running through the sewers with Blade Wolf. And, well, the first part is mainly a bunch of gorillas and stuff like that, but we're going to be introduced to a new enemy pretty close to later on. And speaking of that, there's going to be some RPG guys coming up in this file that we have to deal with later. So the first fight, I think it's one or two. I think it's just one. One gorilla enemy. And then we have to fight some of those flying little bird looking things. I need to get these names down, that way I can tell you guys appropriately what I'm talking about, but if you definitely prefer I stick with my nicknaming of these enemies, and that's fine with me too. Well, more than likely by the end of, probably more likely when this game's over with, or this guide is over with, probably people will be like, give me comments and stuff, they're like, guys, it's already over, there's no point anymore. So of course, just do what we do with these bird enemies. Just in general anyway, I like to just throw out my size. But there's only one gorilla and there's only like two of these bird flying enemies. So if you wanted to, you could probably use, I think it's a jammer grenade, or EM grenade. Well, EM grenades stun them. I think there's one where you can literally like jam there's a thing called a jammer grenade, and I don't know if it actually does jam enemy machines or not. I need to do some more research into that and see exactly what enemies it can take down. So this first part, we're going to be seeing a Grad over there in the corner. He's just sleeping, so don't mess with him just yet. Instead, run into this room, and it's better if you have a box or like a barrel you can hide inside of this, or you can hide inside of. That way you can, not get spotted a lot better than I probably would end up getting spotted there. But luckily for me, I did not get spotted, so go ahead and stealth kill this gorilla. If you want, you can just fight him normally because the Grad will still not wake up until you approach him. And that should be the only enemy inside this room, and then you could probably sneak past the Grad, but I think you have to fight no matter what. No, actually, I'll take that back. No, you don't, because this game allows you to sneak past enemies and give you a better ranking if you don't fight or if you don't kill. When they say no kill, it means no killing cyborgs, no killing actual humans, technically. And to do that, you just have to chop off their legs and let them disappear. It's kind of a weird system to work with. I think I'm not 100% right about that, but I've not actually done the trophy myself. So the next room we're going to jump down into, there's going to be a bunch of tripods in this room and just a couple RPG guys. And just go ahead and check out the first RPG guy. Yes, I always like to say just slide into them, but with the tripods in here, it's kind of hard to get that going. So I just activate Ripper Mode instantly when I go inside this room. Just like what I did on the Grad earlier. I activated Ripper Mode, that way I can get a nice, easy size stun on him and take him down really, really quickly. The funny thing is I'm only just using the normal high-frequency blade, and it's ridiculous how much damage you can do inside Ripper Mode. I know there's better weapons out there, and the reason why I'm using the high-frequency blade only for this entire guide is so that you people out there can use better weapons than I have. You guys can go ahead and, you're free to use whatever weapons you want. I just prefer to use this so I can have kind of a basic standard to show you what what I recommend you do. So now we're at to fight 3 raptors, and of course the first 3 are going to jump on top of you, so just go ahead and try to get a parry in or block. EM grenades are pretty efficient here, but raptors are usually I think they're one of the more difficult enemies to take out due to the fact that they can stun you. So just be very careful of them. If you want, go ahead and activate Ripper Mode, that way you can tear them a new a-hole. It definitely suffices with this part right here. And I noticed that he was using his enrage mode. But the thing about the raptors is once you chop off their legs, they're pretty much vulnerable to, taking them down. They're really easy to take down when you cut off their legs. So if you get their legs vulnerable in that, that blue vulnerable state, just go ahead and chop them off real quick and, deal with them that way. Of course, killing a raptor will spawn a tripod, and, that's what's inside of their bodies. just go ahead and take that out. I think that's if you do a Zandatsu attack, or I think that's when you do the triangle circle prompt quick time event deal. Hang on, let me move my mic up here a little bit. Okay, that way hopefully the computer doesn't pick up breathing or whatever. So we're gonna run down to this little cabin over here, and there's gonna be 3 gorilla enemies, and we're gonna go ahead and stealth this part. I could have fast forwarded through this first little few seconds of this, but I decided not to. I just want to show you guys the real-time effect of using stealth in this game. But I'm sure, probably more likely, maybe later on in the guide videos, there will probably be fast-forwarded stealth sections. You don't have to get a Zandatsu to count this as a stealth kill. I just get them anyway, that way I can get my charge back up. Because when you gotta, kill somebody stealth, you use fuel cells to do so. Now go ahead and run on these other platforms over here and take out this next guy. Because the last guy near the doorway we have to go through doesn't really have that good of vision on these first 2 enemies. That guy down there that I just killed has slightly decent vision on the guy above him, and the guy above him has nice vision on the guy below him that I just took out. You can run and dash and jump and then do a stealth kill on these guys, which is really, really nice in this game. This game is perfect beyond all comprehension of the word perfect. This game is amazing. And, I do say a lot that I do not want to talk about this game in terms of praising it, but, it deserves the praise it gets. In all honesty, it does, but this is a guide video, and like I've been saying, I just wish not to dwell on that. That's for another time. So these, I forget what they're called, but the spinning attack that he has here, it's very easy to parry. All you have to do is just keep mashing the block button, and more than likely, you'll get a chance to actually parry him. So just be careful of his fire attack. That's the only attack that I can really warn you about. And if they start to shoot out fire, just hit the X and square button to do a some kind of like back swiping attack. It actually helps you evade from enemies. I don't do it, but you can do it yourself. I don't know why I didn't hide in a box or a barrel or anything like that. It's probably because I'm just an idiot. But yeah, right here, I was just mashing the block button, and it didn't work. But, if you're really good at getting that block button into that parry like this, well, that wasn't me being good, that was just me mashing. You can get a really, really nice parry on them, but, parry is the best system to use on these guys because it's just an instant takeout. Ripper mode is definitely a nice thing to use too. EM grenades you can use, but just be very weary of their flame attack, and if you see them starting to do their flame attack, or if you think they're going to do their fire attack, just get away from it as quick as you can because the fire is a pain in the butt. They didn't really use it much on me, but I think they did get like 1 nano paste off me, which sucks, but, what can you really do? There's not much else in that room, just those guys will respawn. You only have to fight like 1 to 2 at one time anyway, so it's not really a big deal. Sometimes I think you fight like 3, but it really depends on where they're at on the map. We're going to run up here, take out some more of these turret cameras. Not really a big deal, just be very careful of them. Getting past turret cameras is not that hard because they have very slighted vision. It seems like they can't really look everywhere. They only look in certain specific areas and they just drone through back and forth, and luckily for us we can get past it pretty easily. So this next part, I think it's a pretty fun part coming up real soon. Getting stealth is really nice, but getting stealth is pretty hard too. So I didn't actually end up getting stealth. I was going to do a stealth attack from above, but I messed it up majorly, and I realized that these 2 guys were walking next to each other, and I jumped in, went for it, and I said, you know what, who cares? There's always opportunities to stealth, and more than likely, this is not even the hardest part of the game either, so it's no real biggie. I realize that failure is always an option, that failure will always happen, and you guys have to understand that I'm not perfect at this game either. But right there, that was a complete luck parry. But, I can't stress enough that parrying this game is the one thing you definitely want to do the most. You definitely want to get parrying down because parry will help you a lot. Learning enemy patterns is definitely a good thing, and behind us, there's actually I think a nano paste up on that little shelf up there, so just go ahead and look for that. Hit your AR vision if you can't see it and just go for it. In this room here, you can actually get a no-kill not really. It's not really a challenge thing. It's just really kind of an added bonus. Let's call them bonuses. You can get a no-kill bonus. This is a really good one to do it on because you just chop off the cyborg's legs. And I think their arms too. I don't know exactly how to get the no-kills on cyborg, but oh yeah, right there. That I'm not gonna try to brag about that, but that was a really, really good random just vertical blade mode attack right there, and you guys just witnessed it too, and that was not skill, that was just complete luck, I promise. Most of this game that I do go through is just luck, but I mean, by that I mean, you know, the way I get just random lucky Zondatsus off people and stuff like that. So I did get no damage on it. You can either get no damage or no kills and still get the S rank for it, so it's not really a big difference between the two. It's just a matter of which one you want to do. But just look up how to get no kills on your own time, because I don't exactly know how to explain it myself. You know, I'm here to just help you guys beat Revengeance mode, not here to tell you guys how to beat it with an S rank. Not yet, anyway. Which I have not ever. I've not done all the missions S rank just yet. So go ahead and stun that first guy. You don't have to stun all the enemies, but I think I do anyway, just to be on the safe side. The tripods are not going to bother you because you are a tripod yourself. If you get spotted, make sure you run away because these guys will kill you instantly, pretty much. Then go ahead and take out this next guy right here. Just follow this, not really strict pattern. I don't know why I rolled in here. This is just a good way to, you know, get away from the guys. You can pretty much avoid, I believe, all of them if you wanted to. You can get past them all stealthy and just have Raiden pick them out. But it's much easier for Raiden if you just go in and you stun these guys. This guy in the stairs, be very careful of him. He's kind of a tricky one to stun because sometimes the stairs, they don't like to give you the circle prompt when you're on, when an enemy is moving down the stairs or up the stairs. There's a certain position that you have to be in to do a circle prompt on them. And sometimes, like I was saying, when they're on the stairs, it sometimes doesn't work. That seems to be the word of the day, apparently. But we'll just stick with it, I guess. I'm going to go ahead and break in this little hole right here. I did do no damage, but the problem was I didn't do it fast enough, I think. That's why I didn't get the S rank for it. But like I said just a few minutes ago, we're not here to S rank. We're just here to do the guide, you know, pretty much how we're supposed to do it. And then we're going to have a really quick cut because there's going to be a cutscene. As you guys just saw right there, there was a cutscene I had to cut out. So Kev's going to go ahead and talk to us for a little bit. And then now we have to fight the tripods by themselves. Because since we did stun pretty much all the enemies, even though I said you don't have to do it, I recommend that you do it. That way you can make your life a little bit easier for Raiden. When you go through with Raiden, you don't have to actually kill any of these guys. You can, they are already stunned, and I don't think they wake up. So you can just go ahead and pass most of these guys anyway. But unless you really want, like, a Zandatsu or something like that, you need your health or fuel cells back. I'd recommend go ahead and getting it now because we're going to have a boss fight pretty soon coming up. So just try to either kill off the tripods and get your health back that way, or just get your fuel cells. Whatever you wish to imply to do. If you are seen, you cannot open the door until you are not yet back into stealth mode. This room right here is just going to have Courtney talking to us for a little bit, but there's going to be a repair nano paste that you guys should pick up. I believe it was a repair nano paste. I believe so. I can't tell. Yeah, it was repair. Okay. And we get ourselves another EM grenade, which is always nice to have. But this one, I'm going to tell you a little trick about getting S rank on this fight. There is a box to the left. You know, I keep saying, like, oh, don't worry about S rank. I'm just, you know, some people are probably watching this, and you know they're probably doing S ranks themselves, maybe in the future, and they just want a little quick tip on how to do it. This little crate back here is going to drop 5,000 VP. That is going to help you get S rank for this fight, for this pretty much chapter. There's no other items in this room, so all you have to do right now is just fight the Grad, and it's a pain in the ass because those homing missiles really, really suck. They really do suck. There is, I think, 2 nano paste in the room that we are going to pretty soon, so just be wary of that. You can parry that attack right there and knock him back, clean back, but if you wanted to, you could just keep mashing buttons and try to break his movement that way. So, we have to fight 2 Grads. How hard is it? It's difficult. I want to explain something real quick. The Grad, there's a Grad that is just a normal Grad. The one that's in front of us right now, that one's the boss. You can tell because right there I did some damage on the health. on the health bar at the bottom right of the screen. Right here, I'm not doing any damage to any health bar. That is because this is a regular Grad. You guys seen earlier when I went into Ripper mode that I destroyed that Grad with just Ripper mode by itself. You can do that. You can do it here. Take out this guy first. Don't worry about the boss just yet. Just take out this guy. Make sure you get that Zandatsu back. Get your stuff back up. Go ahead and activate your Ripper mode and use your size and try to get some stuns off these guys, or this guy in particular. That way you can just keep stun locking him and taking him down because he's a force to be reckoned with. And I hate this boss with a passion. So, we're doing quite a bit of combos. Eventually I just whip out the EM grenades, which I think I have on right now. And I just go to town on him with stuns because I just hate this fight so much. Parrying is a good idea. I completely messed up there. And he got 2 lucky hits on me. I have no nano pace left. Finally, I decided to block this. I'm like, you know what? There's no way I'm probably going to get parried. Although, if I tried hard enough, I could. I was hoping I would get one, but I couldn't get it because I just suck. And for some strange reason... Actually, no. Okay, now I see it. There's actually... He shoots out missiles and bullets at the same time. So just avoid the missiles and just ninja jabs through the bullets, and it'll keep you alive. The amount of time it takes to stun him with an EM grenade will help get your side stun back up. So just keep that in mind, that you can keep going back and forth between stuns. If you've got plenty of EM grenades, which don't worry, in the next chapter we're going to be using a lot of EM grenades, and we're going to have plenty of EM grenades we're going to get back, so there's no real need to worry about saving them right now because we really need to use these on this Grad. If you didn't get the nano paster ready, go ahead and pick it up. It's on both sides of the room. You can find it, using the AR ability, the augmented reality vision. So I think I get that one because I definitely need the nano paste. And these barrels right here, they are explosive canisters. So when you are fighting the Grads, just make sure that you stay clear away from these. Even though this room is filled to the brim with them, let them blow them up. And then just, start fighting them that way. Once all the explosives are clear in the room, you're pretty much good to take out the Grads. So, we've got a few enemies to take out. Now, stand in this corner. Watch what I'm going to do right here. Whip out the pincer blades, or Bloodlust, that's its real name. Charge up the triangle attack, and then just cut through the wall. You can cheese this part really easily. These 2 tanky, armored enemies will be destroyed in an amount of like 2 to 3 hits. Watch this last guy in the back. See, as he went to his blue vulnerable state? Yeah, that's because I was charging up my pincer blades and just knocking them back. The pincer blades are amazing, and they're one of my favorite weapons. If not my favorite, they're at least my favorite unique weapon. And, even though they're slow, they are heavy as hell, and they hit hard. And that charge ability is so good to cheese. It's ridiculous sometimes. I don't know all the positions so you can cheese, but I do know a few places you can cheese with the pincer blades. So I will let you guys know about that. Come back here and you can pick up another EM grenade, and then that should be technically the end of the mission. So, it is a short mission, but it is pretty difficult, especially when you're fighting 2 Grads at one time. Again, don't fight the boss. Just go straight for the guy who's weaker, get that Zandatsu off him, and then go for the other guy and just do stun locks. And we're going to get the mission result screen, and I will see you guys in the next chapter, which is going to be File R-03. And as always, take care, everybody.